welcome back to my channel. I'm not going to lie, I have woken up not feeling that great. I have got a cold and I've definitely picked that up from Hercules, the little rascal. I never get ill, ever. I never pick up cold, I never pick up flu, but I can feel it's like chesty on my chest, you can hear it, and I've got a bunged up nose. But we have to hit qualifier workout 3 today. So it is what it is. I'm just gonna have to see how I feel. I have got a headache and I don't really normally take tablets, but I actually think I'm going to take some tablets for this. Just some paracetamol. So the workout today, they released it Monday, so it's now Wednesday. I have a week to do it, so I'm gonna do it today, and if I feel okay and I'm not very happy with my time, I do have time to redo it, but to be honest with you, I just kind of want to hit this workout once. So okay, so the workout today is 3 rounds for time in a 9-minute time cap. So it's 21 box jump overs, 14 dumbbell snatches, and 7 wall walks. So you need to hit 3 rounds in 9 minutes, which I believe I can do, as long as my chest doesn't get in the way. Okay, so I've just had toast with eggs and I didn't have any avocado because it had run out. So I had banana. I know, fat, carb, whatever. I just needed something else with the toast. I don't really like butter. And then took Hercules to school, walked the dog for 45 minutes, and now I'm just having my pre-workout bowl, which you know I have. So I put collagen in here, a scoop of collagen, keep the skin looking young, youthful, and the joints healthy. Anyway, something very exciting is launching today with ESN. Remember that you can always catch up on my Instagram before YouTube, but I'm hoping they will still be in stock for you all if you don't follow me on Instagram. So this has been a long time coming for ESN, okay, and they've been missing this one product for ages. So they are now bringing out hydrogels, okay, and these are absolutely insane. Now, the difference with these gels compared to other gels is they don't have fructose in, and I know you're probably thinking, well, how do you get the carbohydrate source? And the thing with like fructose, our founder Benny has done a really good explanation on this and said that you can get really bad digestive issues when you have too much fructose, especially when your heart rate is elevated and you're running or you're exerting yourself in like CrossFit. And I have a very sensitive digestive system, hence why I am celiac, so I have gluten-free food and also dairy. I can have dairy, but if I have too much, it really does upset my stomach. And this is why I have been with ESN for nearly 3 years now, because their products never upset my stomach and I don't have any digestive issues. Whereas previous whey proteins have really basically given me a runny bum. So we don't want that, especially when we're in the middle of a race or competition or training session. The last thing that you want to worry about is your stomach. So these have 20 grams of carbs in, and they have enough sodium in them, and most gels don't have enough sodium in them, and they're actually really watery. So they've got coconut water in them, so when you open them, they literally squirt out of the pack like water. So whereas other gels are quite thick and like baby puree, and it makes your mouth so dry. And when you're in a competition, the last thing you want is a dry mouth. So this is what I love about these. They're really hydrating. You can see how squishy they are. And they come in 3 different flavors. So you've got natural flavor, lemon and ginger. So I've only tried these 2 flavors and I actually really like them. And the naturals, it's fine. It doesn't taste vile. And green apple flavor. I'm yet to try this one. But yeah, Code Charlotte L is always going to save you on ESN products. But honestly, they are going to be an absolute game changer. Anyway, excuse my sniffles. I need to eat this, get ready, and then head to the gym to hit qualifier workout 3. It's the last one, people. And then we find out if I make it to October finals. I think I will. I'm sitting okay in the leaderboard. I've come 8th in one workout and 12th in the other workout. The 1 rep max has pushed me down quite a lot, That always happens on the leaderboard. If you haven't got a strong 1 rep max, then you get pushed down quite far. But I mean, the other 2 workouts I came 8th and 12th, so that's out of 147 athletes, is really good. So I'm just hoping that I place high in this last one to get me through to the finals. So anyway, let's eat this. My belly's rumbling now, and we're gonna get in the car and head to the gym. Okay, so we've just got to the gym. I'm feeling okay. I've actually had some nasal spray. So this is my life savior when I feel unwell. So I've just had some of this. But some of you asked me some questions actually on my last YouTube video, so I just want to answer them. So lowering heart rate really comes with practicing. So what I would say is in your intervals, so say you're doing rowing intervals, and you had 250 meter row with 60 seconds rest in between, you really need to focus on deep breathing and controlling your heart rate, because when people normally get their heart rate elevated, they can get into a panic of, not almost a panic, but you talk yourself out of trying to bring your heart rate down and you start to slow your body down. But what you need to do is fight against that, because you know in your rest period you're going to bring that pain, that sense of not being able to breathe properly down. So I normally just sit there, kind of shut my eyes for a bit and do some really deep chest breathing and really trying to regulate that heart rate. And it makes such a difference in your training and into your next interval. Because if you can imagine your heart rate's 180 and then you're going straight into that next interval at 10 beats per minute lower, you're not going to get as much, meters or good enough time in your next interval if you don't concentrate on bringing that heart rate down. And that's something that I've really been focusing on for the past year, is really looking at my heart rate hills and doing deep breathing during my rest period. You know when you get out of breath, like I can feel I've got mucus on my chest. So when I get out of breath, it's like a lot quicker than what I thought I would. I don't know how it's gonna go. We can just do our best, that's all I can do. I have got more time to redo it if I feel better in the week, but ideally I just want to hit this once, so I might just have to put myself in a hole to get this done. But this is what happens, you get flu or you get an injury, sometimes if it's manageable to kind of get it done, then you just have to get it done. But if it was a training session today, I probably would have had a rest day. But I've got to get this done, so.
So with that first one, just rip it from the ground. See the way you've done that double tap? You don't have to, it's already off the ground, yeah?
Okay.
So if you don't look out, and it's quite clear, say I go no rep, just literally go straight there, that's what I would do, or before, but I think it'd be on the floor.
Charlotte Lamb qualifier workout 3 for Marbella Championship 2025.
I'm staring through your window, looking up at the stars. See how bad I need it. That's how much I want it. That's how bad I need it. See how bad I need it. That's how much I want it.
Okay, that went really well. That was my favourite workout actually out of all 3 qualifiers. So I really enjoyed that. I think the only reason it felt more gassy than what it normally would was because of my chest is quite chesty. But other than that, I really enjoyed it. I would actually do that one again, but I'm not going to because my time was very good. And I actually think with that time, I'm going to be going to the finals, but I'm not gonna hold me to it yet, but I think I'll be okay. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I feel good. I feel like I'd do it again, but I'm not going to. Okay, so when it comes to workout, if I'm honest with you, I don't structure them in a way to not fatigue the other muscle. With my kind of training, it's really hard to do that because you're focusing on so many different elements with strength to endurance to gymnastic skills. I kind of go into the session, and how my sessions are planned is every single day there will always be a strength piece. So maybe one day there will be squats, but I will literally just squat. I won't do other accessory movements with it, because then I will always do like an endurance piece. So like rowing intervals or assault bike intervals, and that's so fatiguing on your quads and your legs anyway. And then I will have a kind of skill session at the end. So this will either be gymnastics, or it will be core work, or it will be like a AMRAP or EMOM, which involves those kind of movements but keeps the heart rate elevated. And then the next day I could have, I don't know, like running intervals, and then I will have single leg work. So I'll have things like Bulgarian split squats. So I think because I don't hit a muscle group every single session, like I don't hit my legs for like 6-7 exercises. I just do one exercise and then the rest is like an endurance base. I don't over fatigue them how a bodybuilder would. So I can then do squats again on the next day. And I think that's why with this style of training, people get confused with, you know, how do you not have a sore body? And I think because over time your body progressively gets used to training volume and recovery and how you are fueling and how you're eating. So my honest answer with that is I don't just hit a muscle, you know, a certain muscle, and then the next day I don't hit it for 3 to 4 days. I could do squats one day and then have back squats, front squats the next day. It just depends on how my training program is. But there will always be strength, endurance, and then a skill-based kind of bit in each session. But qualified 2 was good. I think I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna re-hit that one. I'm really pleased with my time. I mean, someone's already put their score on the leaderboard and they got 8 minutes 50 or something, whereas I got 6:05. So I did really well with that. I'm really pleased, really pleased. The reason why I call my run active rest day is because when I go to the gym, sometimes I can be in there for 2 hours, and for my training session, they're like strength based and also things like workouts. So when you're doing EMOMs, AMRAPs, although it's fatiguing on the body, it's very fatiguing on the central nervous system. So mentally they're tiring. Whereas running for me, I don't find it hits me in the same way. And the shorter sessions for me, so that is why I call them like an active rest day. For some people it could be a session, and I'm not undermining that at all. You know, we all have different fitness levels and we all train differently, but for me they are my active rest days because the sessions aren't as long, they're not as fatiguing on my central nervous system, and I just tend to, I just maybe it's just what I call it an active rest day. It's same as when I get in the pool and I do a swim. Sometimes I could swim 2,000, 3,000 meters, and to me that's an active rest day because it's not the same as what I would do in the gym. Okay, I got back from the gym. Did I have anything to eat? I had some Brazil nuts and a banana actually, and then I just went for my 60-minute run. So I'll leave some clips here and I'll leave my time and my distance on the screen. It was just a zone 2 run. If I'm honest with you, the first 20 minutes I thought I'm capping it at half an hour. And I actually took one of the ESN energy gels with me, and I took the natural flavour, and I was actually okay in the end. After I took that, I took it within, I think it was 30 minutes I took it, and I actually felt okay. So I did the 60 minutes, then come home, had my 2 oat bowls, my 2 blue raspberry ISO clears, which you know I love. And now I'm just about to make dinner. I had a shower as well because I ran into like a swamp of flies. I had so many black flies like attached to me. I was sweaty, and where I'm congested, I had to use my shorts as a snot rag. And if you're a fitness girl, you know, and you won't judge. Anyway, making Hercules dinner. I'm gonna have some salmon, and I'm also gonna answer some more Q&As a bit later, or either tomorrow I'll film it, because I just feel really congested, people. Now, I don't know what it is, people, but whenever I do a qualifiers, okay, or I have a competition in Athens, my cycle started literally 10 minutes before I was due to go on the floor. It was an absolute nightmare, I have to say. Then my cycle started the beginning of this Marbella qualifiers, and now I have a congested cold, which I caught off my son. So, someone's testing me. Hopefully when we get to Marbella, because I am going to qualify. But the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm being positive. Hopefully we will be healthy and happy. Anyway, I'm gonna have salmon. I have salmon literally every night for dinner. I love it. I love salmon. I do. So today wasn't actually supposed to be a run. It was supposed to be tomorrow's session, because tomorrow's like my active recovery. But I just didn't have time to squeeze my gym session in, because I hung around at the gym and chatted quite a lot. And I actually took them in a box of, like a big box of ESM bars, like I don't know, 14 bars, like boxes of bars, because I was really grateful for them letting me use the gym for my qualifiers, and they've all been so friendly and nice that I just wanted to give something back from me and ESN. So yeah, I did that. And I think that's it. Hey everyone, how are you doing? So it is the next day. I just didn't feel 100% yesterday. I feel a lot better this morning. I've had my nasal spray, which you know I love, and I have been to the gym. Although I sound a bit more chesty still, I actually do feel okay. So I just want to answer a few more questions. Now, one of them was, love this video. Firstly, thank you very much. And secondly, thank you for sharing your oat bowl recipe. One question, do you not cook the oats? I never cook my oats. I used to always cook them on the hob, but I think because I have so much food to eat, when you cook oats, they swell. So that means that I have to eat more volume of food. So in the winter, I probably put them in the microwave for a bit to have them warm. But if I'm honest with you, I don't cook them at all. I literally just pour them out, put the milk in, and then in they go in my mouth. I don't cook my oats. It doesn't cause digestion problems or anything like that. Next question, regarding nutrition, how would you structure your diet if you train in the evening? Now, if I'm being completely honest with this, it stresses me out, okay? It does stress me out when my routine changes. And the reason for that is because obviously, you know, I cycle my carbs around my training window, and I don't like eating a load of carbs before bed. However, the way you need to look at this is, regardless of when you train, you have to consume carbohydrates after to replenish glycogen stores. So what I would normally do if my training was of an evening is I would kind of make sure that I've had enough carbohydrates in the day, okay, and build my glycogen up that way. And then post-training, I wouldn't have my 2 big oat bowls. I would probably just have one, and then I have a higher kind of protein meal after that. So I wouldn't have as much carbohydrates as I normally do after a training session. But 9 times out of 10, I don't really train in the evening. I'm not an evening girl. I'm really not an evening girl. I would just train with Hercules if he was with me, because that would be the only time that, you know, that I would have to train of an evening. But if this is me giving advice to someone that has to train in the evening because of their work, you know, replenish with carbs, fats and protein, very important. But depending on what time you train, if you're then hungry after, I would focus on protein, because you want to rebuild, repair and recover. Hey Lottie, do you have any techniques for lowering your heart rate? Okay, I spoke about this one in the gym, but I actually want to touch on it a little bit more. So if you want to improve on a lower heart rate, you need to be doing more zone 2 training. Now, I actually did a post on my Instagram about this yesterday, and I went into so much detail about it. So I'm going to pop it up here on the screen so you can see what the post looked like. And all you need to do is go onto my Instagram, find that post and have a read about it, because it's really informative, and I give out so much information around zone 2 and how you can lower your heart rate with that. Would love to see hauls and try on breakdown of size on NSKD. I love this stuff. I do CrossFit and find some brands aren't the best for being supportive during high intensity work. With LSKD, okay, I haven't got time to do a try on haul now, but I can give you some sizing and some picture examples. So this is actually LSKD, this top that I'm wearing, and it's so buttery soft, their fabric. It's like really compressive, but you can hear how buttery soft the fabric is. So this is an extra small, this top, and then I am wearing their trousers as well, which are like flares at the bottom, and these are really lovely. So again, so buttery soft. All of their fabric is buttery soft. So my favorite leggings and shorts are the Alexia ones, which I will leave a picture of here. And then I love the Aspire sports bras and the Twish sports bras. I actually have one. Okay, so for shorts and for bras, I wear extra small, and I wore extra small in other brands that I used to work with. So it fits true to size, and I haven't had to size up or size down. Now this is another sports bra which I love because it's like this at the front, and like the logo is very minimal. You can't really see it because it blends in with the fabric, and then there's a twist back at the back, and you can actually undo this clip here. Ta-da! And wear it like that if you want to. This is actually called this Twist Sports Bra. That's all it's called, is Twist Sports Bra. Twist Sports Bra. And then another one which I have, oh my god, I can't talk today. It's because I'm rushing my words out. Okay, so another one I absolutely love is this one, and I wear it in a lot of my photos as well, which I will leave up here. So this one is called the Momentum Sports Bra, and it comes in so many different colors. I wish I could show you or let you feel through the screen how buttery soft these fabrics are, but they're not rough, they're not uncomfortable to wear, they're just really smooth, compressive and lovely active wear. Now jumpers, I wear a size small because I like to have them a bit more oversized, and joggers, these are actually an extra small. I'm sure they're an extra small, people. Let me have a look. Yeah, they're an extra small, and as you can see, like, they're not really tight. Then they literally just sit perfect, and they're nice and loose and fitting. So my code Charlotte L does save 15% on LSKD, and their stuff is insane. You know me, I'm very true and very honest with everything I wear in terms of training, and nothing I have tried from LSKD yet have I put on and thought, this sucks. It doesn't. I'm not wearing that for training, because all the bras are literally built in a way where they support you. And what I love about LSKD as well is they don't bring out so many different collections. They literally stick with what they know, and they just restock it in different colors, maybe with a slight different twist, maybe with the logo somewhere else. And that's what I love about LSKD. They are a functional CrossFit hybrid. CrossFit, I said that already, High Rocks, that's what I was meant to say, running brand. Last question, okay, I get asked this quite a lot, is how did I get to eating 3,400 calories? Now, I am going to be very brutally honest with you here. I didn't gradually increase my calories. I have never done a cut or bulk. I had to, when I was severely underweight, I had to take that deep diving pressure of upping my calories from 2,200 to 3,000, like that, in the next day. And it was painful. It was really hard for me to control and manage. And in my head, I kept saying to myself, I'm gonna lose my muscle mass, I'm gonna gain weight that I don't wanna gain, I'm gonna lose fitness. And the only thing that it did to my body was improve everything. Now, I probably got to a stage within my nutrition where I did gain a bit more of fat than what I wanted to. However, that was my body's way of responding to healing inside internally before it healed outside. And once my body had internally healed, i.e. my cycle come back, my periods, and this was like nearly 3 years ago now, my body started to lean out. So I didn't drop my calories again. If anything, because I've now got more muscle mass, I'm now performing a lot harder in the gym. So the harder you perform, the more calories you burn. The more muscle mass you have, the more calories you burn, the more food you need to consume. Hence why I am now on 3,800, 4,000 calories, because I have a lot more muscle mass than what I did back then. And I burn a lot more, not on purpose, because I'm more powerful. So on the assault bike, I will burn more calories in a 5-minute interval than I would when I was underweight, because I didn't have the power to push the bike. So that's all I'm saying with that, is that I didn't gradually increase them. I just took the dive, did it, and stayed committed to my training, and here I am. So yeah, I'm never saying anyone should eat 3,400 or 3,000 to 400 calories. Okay, we are all different, we are all unique. This is my job. I train very hard, I train a lot, and my body needs the calories. So anyway, sorry, I'm a bit snotty. So in my next video, I will be able to tell you if I have qualified for Marbella Championships. I'm feeling very confident about it. I will see the leaderboard. At the moment, I'm winning the workout that I've just done. So that's absolutely epic, because I loved that one. But yeah, fingers crossed for me, and I'm going to let you know ASAP. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video there. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And the next video is going to be really exciting, and it's one that you all love. Bye.